In this video, I will show you how you can turn your website from Elementor to Gutenberg Page Builder. I'm going to take my website as an example, which is right now built on Elementor Theme Builder, and I'll shift that to Gutenberg Page Builder. So if that sounds interesting, let's begin. First of all, let's decide, do you actually need to make that switch? The answer is yes and no. Yes, because there are some Google updates in the core web vital that are coming very soon that requires page speed and the page performance as one of the ranking factor for your website. And how you reach that page performance and user experience? By keeping it as simple as possible, by not using any external plugin to design your complete website, and by minimizing the use of plugins which are not required, which can be easily replaced by Gutenberg native blocks or features. Right now, Gutenberg is at stage where I can just make the switch easily, because whatever I'm doing right now on my website using Elementor Theme Builder, I can easily do that by just using native Gutenberg blocks or by maybe just Cadence blocks. So I can easily make that switch from Elementor to Gutenberg. So do you also need to do the same? The answer is no. You need to decide that what exactly you are doing on your website, and can that be replaced by Gutenberg or not? Or will you be able to handle that by just using native Gutenberg page blocks? I am not against using page builders, Elementor or TV or whatever page builder you are using. It's just that you need to decide either is it actually required for your website or not. I think I need to make a separate video for who should use Elementor and who should choose Gutenberg blocks for their website, and at what place you actually need to use Elementor or any kind of page builder for your website. If you want to see that video, then let me know in the comments below and I'll surely make that for you. So enough talking, let's go ahead and jump in the WordPress backend and I'll show you how I turned my Elementor website to Gutenberg. So this is my website right now. It's pretty simple. We have a banner with some animated text from Elementor. Below that we have some Google stories. I'm just trying it right now. I'm sure I'll remove it once I update it to Gutenberg page editor. And below that we have some blog post, and on the right hand side we have a small section of introduction and nothing fancy. And if I go in the category page, we have a very simple category page, and if I open a blog post, we have nothing fancy here as well, and a pretty straightforward blog post with some images and text. So it's pretty easy for me to make the switch right now. Now the best way to move ahead and do these changes is by taking a backup of your website. You may ask your website hosting company to take a backup for yourself, and you can create a staging server on your hosting server and then do these changes. Or maybe you can install a copy of your backup in a subfolder or in a subdomain and do all the changes there. And once you are done, you can just transfer those changes back on the live website. You can use a backup and migration plugin for that. I have created a video for that as well. You can check the link in the I button above for that video. And the way I'm going forward is by making all these changes in the live website. Now I'm recording this video in the middle of the night, so I know that there is almost zero traffic on the website right now. And if you are also doing the changes on the live website, then make sure that you open the sitemap of your website and screen record each and every page. Or just take a screenshot of all the major pages of your website, like your home page, your blog category page, or the important landing pages, and then you can refer that screen recording or these screenshots once you proceed ahead with all the changes you need to make. So I will not make this video very long by showing you how to create a subfolder, a subdomain, or any staging server. That is something that you can easily ask your hosting company and they can easily create one for you. So let's go ahead and dive in the WordPress backend and start doing these changes. So right now we are in the WordPress backend, and from here the first thing is to install Cadence theme. Right now we are using Hello theme from Elementor. So let's go ahead and add new. So we will type in Cadence. It's not required that you choose Cadence theme. You can choose Astra, you can choose Ocean WP, or any XYZ theme you like. These Gutenberg blocks plugin work with any website. So I just like Cadence theme and I'm just gonna use that one for this project. So let's click on install. Alright, once the theme is installed, let's click on activate. Alright, so now the theme is activated. Let's go ahead and get rid of all these other themes. I'll keep the hello theme for a while. Once I'm done with all the changes, then I will delete this theme. So now we need to go ahead and install the required plugins. So in the plugins section, we already have the cadence blocks. So we will be adding one more Gutenberg plugin. So we type in Gutenberg, and here is the ultimate add-on for Gutenberg from the Brainforce team. This is the same this is the team behind the Astro theme. So this is the plugin we will be using for showcasing our blog post and creating the blog grids. I really wish if Cadence team can add some basic post grid and post carousels in the free Cadence blocks plugin. So anyways, the option we have is right now to use ultimate add-ons from Gutenberg. We will activate this plugin now. We have the list of blocks here. So I'm going to deactivate all, and then I will just go ahead and activate post grid. And right now I just need post grid. So if in case I use post carousel, I will activate that in future. But right now I'm just going to use this one. So let's go back to plugins. And let me just update the cadence blocks once. Alright, so once that is done, we go ahead and deactivate Elementor. And I'm going to deactivate Elementor Pro as well. So I'm not deleting them right now. We'll do that later on. So let's go to pages, and here let's go ahead and edit the home page. So now we see that the website design is broken. So I'll keep this page open in a tab. I will not refresh this so that I can refer to this design. So if in case you are doing this change from Elementor to Gutenberg for any of your website or maybe for your client website, then make sure you screen record the website for yourself, or just take screenshot of every page from the sitemap. So make sure you don't mess up while doing this migration or the changes. So I'll keep that tab open in the first here, so I can go ahead and get rid of this block. So everything is gone right now. We have the basic structure of Cadence theme, and on the left we have the basic logo, and right now it's showing the menu as it is. So we'll click on customize. We will update the header. So we go to general, and from here we can assign the color palette if we want. I'll do that later on. So from here we go to header, and first of all we will click on this logo icon. We will upload our logo. So I don't have any fancy logo, it's just a simple image, so I'm just gonna use that. And for the complete row in the design section, I will change the row background color to dark gray. So I'll type in the color code here, and let's go ahead and update our menu as well. So the navigation color we're going to choose is white, and the hover and the activation color, let's leave it as it is. So now our header is set. Let's go ahead and add a search icon on the top as well. Right now I do not have the search icon. I think I missed that. So let's go ahead and add in this. So in the header, in the general, we go ahead and drag this search icon from here, and we'll shift that to the extreme right. And here is our search icon. Let's go ahead and edit that. Search color will be white, and hover color is also coming from the color palette, which we will update later on. Alright, so let's go ahead and check it in mobile. So here is the logo on the left, and we have the hamburger icon here. So let's go ahead and change the color for hamburger icon. We'll change it to white. Looks much better. Alright, so now let's go ahead and click on publish. Right, so now let's go ahead and assign the color palette. So we go to general, go to colors, and here we will update the color for the links, the accent. We will choose the blue from the logo, and for the hover we will choose the yellow from the logo itself. Alright, so the strongest text will be black, strong text, and other stuff are perfectly fine. So the rest of the things are perfectly fine. We will leave it as it is. Alright, so now it looks much better. Let's click on publish. Alright, so now our header is done. Let's go ahead and click on edit page so that we can add elements on the home page. Alright, so in the home page, we first of all disable the page title. Page layout will be default and content vertical padding will be disabled. And first of all, we will add a row layout. We will make it to full width and 2-column layout. Let's add some padding on the top and some padding at the bottom. And on the left hand side, we will add an image. So we will insert the image here. Let's align it to center. And let's add a background color to this complete row layout. We go to the setting, and in the background settings, we have the background color. We will choose the yellow. And let's remove the padding from the bottom. And on the right hand side, we will add our heading. So here we will add advanced heading. So we will keep it H2. The font size will be 50. And below this heading, we have this animated text, which is a feature from Elementor. But instead of that, we will just keep it as simple plain text. So we go back here. We will enter another advanced heading. This time we will choose H4. Alright, so this will be the new text. Let's click on update. So once the text is done, we have the YouTube subscribe button here. So for that, we will use icon list, and let's go ahead and add the text here. And if we scroll down, we will change this icon to YouTube. Let's increase the height of the icon, and from here we will update the color of this YouTube icon. And now if we scroll down, let's go ahead and paste the URL of the YouTube channel. We will open the link in the new tab. Alright, let's click on update. Alright, let's see how it looks in the front end. Alright, so in our front end, we have the image, we have the text and the YouTube subscribe link, but we have this gap on the top of this banner. So let's go ahead and click on customize. Let's remove this. So we go to general, we go to layout, and we have the single post box spacing. We will make it to 0, and now we see that the gap is gone. So let's click on publish, and now our top gap is gone. Right now all of our headings are in dark black color, so let's go ahead and make it a little bit of gray shade. So we will go to customize. Let's take the color code from here. Alright, so we go to general, we go to colors, the strongest text, let's make it a little bit of gray shade. Alright, so we now go to typography. Alright, so for H1 heading, it's taking from the global color palette. For H2 and for H3 and H4, let's switch it to the gray color. And in our heading, we will choose the font family as Poppins. That's the font I was using. And the rest of them are looking perfectly fine. Let's click on publish. Alright, so once that is done, let's go back in the page edit. Alright, so now we have the text in our font and the color is now looking much better. Now below this, let's go ahead and add a block. So after this, we will add advanced heading, and we will choose latest posts, and here we will show post grid, and this is coming from the ultimate Gutenberg add-ons. So we will choose post type as post, taxonomy as categories from all categories. So this will be only showing the latest posts. So let's hide the read more link. And in the content, we will also hide everything and we will only show the title. For the title as well, we will change the font size to 20 pixel. And in the color, we will remove the background color from here. And instead of 6 posts, let's go ahead and choose only 3. So we will show only 3 posts in this section. And after that, we will paste. And after that, we will again type in latest from WordPress. So in this section, I think I will change it to latest from WordPress. And here I will change it to latest from social media. So for this one, I will choose the category as WordPress. And I'll copy this block. And let's paste it here. And I will choose taxonomy as social media. And once again, we will clear the background color. Let's click on update. And let's see how it looks in the front end. Alright, so now we have the header, we have the different posts from different categories, and below that we have our footer. So we will customize that in a minute. So right now we have the layout as boxed. You can see that here is white and we have the background of light blue. Let's go ahead and fix that. So we go to page settings. We'll choose the content as unboxed. Let's update that. Let's refresh. Alright, so now the background color is gone. Alright, so now the home page is done. Let's go ahead and edit the footer of the website. So we go to customize. And from here we go to footer. And at the very bottom we have the copyright. Let's click on this copyright rich icon. So here we can update the copyright information. We go to design. Let's change the font to 11 pixel. So if we go ahead and click on this wrench icon for the bottom row, we have the bottom spacing as 30. We will change that to 10. Alright, above that, on the right hand side, we will keep our social media icons, and on the left hand side, we will keep a link to our pages. So let's go back. In the footer, at the bottom right corner, we will drag and drop the social media links. So here it is. So we will align that to extreme right. Let's go to design. The color will be blue. Background color, we will keep it transparent. And the hover color will be yellow. And to give links to these social media icons, we need to go back. In the general, we have the social links, and here we can give link to all the social media profiles that we have. So let me just go ahead and type in all the details quickly. Alright, so let's go ahead and edit these icons. Instead of Twitter, we will add YouTube. In the design, let's go ahead and increase the size of the icon. And let's decrease the spacing a bit. Alright, let's click on publish. Now on the left hand side, we will add a menu where we will show our website pages. So for that, let's go back in the WordPress backend and create a menu with our pages. So in the appearance, we go to menus, and here we will create a new menu and we'll call it pages. Let's click on create. Here we will add all the pages that we wish to add. Click on add to menu. Alright, let's click on save menu. And in the customizer, let's click on publish now, and let's refresh it once so that it can fetch the newly created menu. Alright, let's go back, and here in the plus icon, we will choose footer navigation. Let's click on this wrench icon, select the menu as pages. Alright, let's go to design. We have the font size as 13 pixel. And if you can go back to the settings of the middle row, in the general, we will select 2 columns so that we can have more space here. Now go back to this menu here, and in the design section, we will increase the font size a bit. Alright, 13 pixel is good enough. And here we will add our social icons and let's click on publish. Alright, so for this row, let's see what all options are available. We have this full width, and if we go to the design, let's add a little bit of background color here. Let's reduce this bottom spacing and let's click on publish, and let's see how it looks in the front end. Alright, let's refresh it once. So here is our footer. Let's go ahead and give the same color to this copyright section as well. So we go back to customize. So we go to this row here. So in the middle section we have this menu, and below that we have this bottom row. So let's reduce the top spacing first, and then if we go to design, we have the bottom row background. We'll keep that as well. Let's make it a very little dark shade. Let's click on publish. Right, let's see how it looks in the front end. Alright, so now it looks much better. So we have the links for the pages here and our social media icons on the right, and we have the copyright information at the very bottom. Alright, so with that our home page is done. Let's go ahead and click on any of these archive pages from the top menu. So we have the title here, we have the blog post showing here. So let's do a little bit of customization here. Let's click on customize. Instead of this blue color, I think we will add the yellow color here as well. So we go to blog posts, archive layout. We are showing the archive title. Let's click on design, archive title background. Let's choose it yellow color. So now we can see that we do not have any gap here. So let's go ahead and fix that first. So we go back in general, layout, and here it says content top and bottom spacing. We will choose a little space here. Once that is done, let's click on publish. We go to our blog archive layout. So for this page, we will keep it as boxed so that we can have some contrast in the content and the background. And we can choose how many columns we have. I think 3 are looking much better. And here we can hide the excerpt, and also we will hide the read more. And in the meta, I think we will also hide the date. I think I will also hide the author because right now I am the only author. So let's hide this. And in the design section, we will also change the font size a bit. So I think 20 pixel is looking much better. Let's go ahead and publish that. So with that, we are done with our category page. And now let's go ahead and open any of these blog posts, and we will edit or customize the single blog page as well. So right now, this is how it looks. So there is definitely scope for improvement. So let's go ahead and click on customize. So in the customizer, we will go to blog post. This time, instead of archive layout, we will select single post, and we have option to show title or hide it. And below that, we have the post title layout. So let's select this one. So now it shows the title on the top instead of showing below the feature image. So right now the container width is showing standard. We can make it to full width, or we can make it to contained. So the problem with contained is that it will lose the background color from here. So I'll keep it as standard so that the content will remain in the center and the background will be extended to the corners on left and right. So the post title will be aligned to center. So these are all the options available with the title element. You can go ahead and turn on and off whatever you want. So this is how the category will be shown here. So here is the default blog post layout. So if we go ahead and try which one looks better. So this will be a full width image here, and the content will be boxed. And if we go ahead and select the narrow one, this is how it looks. And this one is the full width layout. But for this blog post, we will be using a layout with the sidebar on the right. So this is how it looks. So here we have the content So here we have the title on the top, and the content is now left aligned in the main container section here, and we will have a sidebar showing here. For that, we will add content in a few minutes. So if we go ahead and scroll down, here is an option to select which sidebar we want. So that will be done in the WordPress backend. So now we have an option to style the content area. So right now it is in boxed. So if you go ahead and select the unbox, that's how it will look. So right now, and we also have a content vertical padding, this gap. So if we go ahead and select the top only, we will have the gap here. If we disable that, it will be completely gone from top and bottom. So we can also get rid of the feature image, but I'll keep it on. And right now the feature image position is behind. So we see this overlapping area here. So let's try how it looks for above. So I think this one looks much better, and I'll keep the vertical padding enabled. So here we have a gap from the top, and we have a decent space in the image and the content. And for the image ratio, I will choose inherit so that I can show the full image here. And below that we have various other options which you can try. And right now I'm pretty okay with how it looks. And on the sidebar, we will add the widgets from the WordPress backend. So let's go ahead and publish that. And if we close the customizer, this is how our blog post layout looks like. So I'll be adding few content here, maybe some call to action images or maybe some category links. So for now, let's go ahead and add few elements here. So we go to backend. In the appearance, in the widget section, we have an option for sidebar. So let's just go ahead and drop the categories option here. Right, we click on done. And if we check the blog post, now we have this widget. And if we check the blog post, we have a widget for categories showing on the right hand side. And after that, I can do all the things below that. So I'll keep it as it is, and maybe I will update that later on. So with that, our blog post layout is also done. Let's go ahead and check the about page. So let's go ahead and do some editing here as well. All right, so we will choose the content as unboxed. Right now the content is in classic editor, so we will convert that to block. So here is an option to convert that in blocks. We click on that, and every content on the page is now showing in blocks. So here let's go ahead and align this image to center. I'll convert that into advanced heading, and let's align it to center, and rest of the things will remain the same. And we will keep the content as unboxed. Vertical padding will be default. And let's click on update and see how it looks in the front end. And now it looks much better. Alright, so now let's go ahead and check the contact page. So right now it's showing no form here. So let's go ahead and click on edit page again. We will add a contact from here. So once again, we will convert all the things into blocks, and let's change this block to advanced heading, align that to center. All right, after this text, we will add a form. So we have this form option here. We have the fields like name, email, and message, pretty much what we get in a normal form. And in the button style, we will change the text color to dark black. Or I think I'll change it to yellow, and the background color of the button will be black, and the hover color will be black, and the background color will be blue. And here is the action after submit. We will choose email and the email settings, and under email settings we can choose the email ID where all the emails will go. So I will update that later on. Alright, so once that is done, so let's keep the content style as unboxed, and maybe we can keep it as normal or narrow. So let's click on update. Let's refresh once again. Alright, it looks much better now. We have a very simple header image here, and we have the contact form here. So this is how I shifted my website from Elementor to Gutenberg page builder. And So I know this is not the best design, and I'm sure there is a lot can be done, and I'll be keep updating the website in the coming time. But the idea for this tutorial is to show you that you can easily make a shift from an external page builder, maybe Elementor, Divi, or whatever you are using right now. You can make the shift from an external page builder and start using native Gutenberg page builder to create your website, or maybe any kind of blog or e-commerce website that you are running. So if you like this video, then make sure you hit like, and if you have any questions, then feel free to write them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. And I'll see you in the next one.